Hi, and welcome to Crafts with Ash DIY and Decor. My name's Ashley, and today I'm bringing you 5 brand new Christmas DIYs, and I promise there's something for everyone. We have rustic, we have gingerbread, we have whimsical, we have peppermint, and they were all quick and easy to do and came out super fun. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love what you see, and hit that subscribe button to catch even more holly jolly content. All right, let's jump right into these 5 new Christmas DIYs. So this first DIY was actually inspired by Candy over on Facebook in this Dollar Tree group that I am a part of, so I definitely wanted to give her credit. But when I saw these Mrs. Claus or Santa Claus gloves, I knew I wanted to give it a shot. So I picked up 2 of these gloves from the Dollar Tree, and of course they are in the kitchen section, the oven mitts. And I started off by cutting off all the tags. Now, I should have went ahead and cut off the little hangers too. I just didn't think about it, but you can if you want. Then I went ahead and got this little dust mop head thing, I don't even know, duster, and that also came from the Dollar Tree. Now, I cut mine in half and realized after the fact that I don't think the original poster Candy did. And if you can help it, I would not suggest cutting it because this shredded so bad. And so I would just leave it as one and just put one on each if I could make a suggestion. But after I was done cutting them in half, I then wrapped it around the top of the glove, and once I figured out where I wanted to place the fur, I went ahead and hot glued it down. Now, I did use a generous amount of hot glue because obviously I want the fur to stay on. Now, one of these did not go all the way around the top of my glove, so I pulled it as tight as I can. Even if it folded over a little bit, that's okay, but I'm going to show you how I filled the holes on the sides. But just for now, go ahead and hot glue it to the top. Now, also, as you can see, I am hot gluing it down so that a little bit of it sticks up, so it's at the top of my glove. Now I am going to take any of those pieces that fell off, and I'm going to fill in the holes. Then I just add some hot glue and pinch the 2 ends together. So I'm just kind of using the fur that was already there to go ahead and fill in the rest of the gloves. But like I said, as you can see, this shredded and shedded a lot. So if you can help it, just do 1 per glove. All right, next I'm going to take this sign from the Dollar Tree because I just wanted this piece right here. And we're going to go ahead and make those tags. Now, I believe the tags she got actually were ornaments from the Dollar Tree. So if you find those ornaments, just skip this entire step and you can just use those ornaments and this DIY will be that much easier. But because I did not have those, I am going to go ahead and cut this in half by using my knife. And I just scored it a bunch of times and kind of flapped it back and forth until it finally broke off. Then once I had it in half, I'm going to trim it down, kind of clean up the edges, and then sand all of it. Next, I'm going to take a baby wipe and some Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm just simply going to faux stain the back of these little tags. Now, at first I start off light, and then you're going to see that I go in a little darker, but you do whatever you love. If rustic isn't your thing and you don't want to do the faux wood, then paint them white, paint them red, paint them green, paint them purple. You do whatever you like. And I'm going to do this for both. Now, because I knew that I was going to be cutting out a decal on my Cricut and using vinyl, I know that the vinyl does not like to stick to Waverly Antique Wax or stain, so I went ahead and put Mod Podge over both of my tags before putting this decal on. And I think that that seemed to help. It did for this one, and then the other one I had some troubles with, so I don't know what the deal with that one was. But either way, I got both of my words down, holly jolly. But I did go over both of them with Mod Podge again because I didn't really trust that they were going to stick down. After those dried, I went ahead and just positioned these how I liked, and I wanted it to look like one was hanging lower than the other, so I went ahead and hot glued them into place just to kind of tack them down. And then I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to make a hanger for them. Now, I kind of did this in a weird way. What I would suggest is actually tying a knot at the top because it's easier for you to glue on your stock or on the mitt. I got it to work, but I would just suggest putting a knot somewhere at the top of that little loop. Next, I'm going to take this greenery stem that I got from Dollar Tree. It was just in my stash. I'm really trying to use what I have before I go out and buy a bunch of Christmas crafting things or supplies. So I'm just going to make a little greenery bunch with this, but I do recommend, I don't know why I didn't, gluing your tags down before you do the greenery. It would just make life easier. I don't know why this project really is easy, but I just complicated things. Story of my life. Anyways, after that, I'm just going to put a bunch of berries. Now, the original poster Candy, she had, I think it was like holly and ivy or something like that. It was definitely a different stem, but I didn't have that. So again, I was just using what I had, and I'm just kind of picking out berries and filling in holes. I don't mind glitter at Christmas time, but if this isn't your vibe, then you can definitely switch it up. Then I just added a small little twine bow just to kind of break up all the berries and to make it a little bit more rustic. Next, I'm going to go in with this glittery ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm basically going to sandwich it in where the mitt is open. So you can see that I glued it down, and now I'm going to glue down the open part of the mitt where you would put your hand. Now I'm going to cut a little bit more off, or the end, and then I'm going to do the same thing, and this is going to make our hanger for our little Santa gloves or Mrs. Claus. I'm going to call them Mrs. Claus because I feel like Mrs. Claus would be the one to use them. So after the hangers were on, I went ahead and just tacked down the tags to the glove, and then you are going to see that I actually hot glue the one glove to the bottom glove. And after that, this little DIY is complete, and I think they're so cute. And thank you to Candy for the great idea. All right, DIY number 2, I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up 2 of these little battery operated lights. Now, I am going to be hot gluing those peppermints on, but I know that hot glue won't stick to this waxy texture, so I'm going to go ahead and hot glue some ribbon around the bottom just to have something to glue on. Now, this ribbon is thin, so I am going to actually do 3 strips of this ribbon going up because I'm not covering this whole candle. I'm just covering like the bottom part of it, and so I'm just going to do 3 strips. Now, when you glue these down, you want to glue the ribbon to the ribbon. You don't want to put hot glue on the actual candle because, like I said, it's not going to stick. So when you hot glue it, just hot glue the ends together. Now, yes, I am using real peppermints. I used real peppermints in some DIYs like 2 years ago, and it worked out fine. So I feel like this will be okay. Plus, they smelled really good. All right, so I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. I started off by stacking the peppermints one on top of the other and making them very organized. So you can see they're just going to go right next to each other, right, just one on top and one next to the other. Then I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't like how uniform this look. So then I ended up popping those off and I started staggering all of them. So I just kind of, place them. You'll see. But, there are holes either way you do it because these peppermints aren't, that small. But you're just going to have to decide which way you like it better. Do you like them nice and clean and organized and, just uniform? Or do you like them kind of whimsical and just kind of everywhere? And this way, the whimsical way, is the way that I decided to go. So you'll see what it looks like. But let me know down in the comments what kind of style you like better. So I just went ahead and just started gluing these all down, all the way around my candle. Now you do only want to put the hot glue in the middle of the peppermint because if it gets on the red, it does bleed a little bit. And if it does, it's okay. It just makes it more festive in my opinion. But I just went ahead and covered all the way around the ribbon on the candle. So my coffee bar for Christmas is peppermint themed, and I know exactly where I'm going to put this on the coffee bar, but I needed two. So I went ahead and did the same thing to another one of those candles. Now, this may not be your style, and that's okay. You can stop right here at the peppermint, but I wanted to add some glitz and just cuteness to this. So I am going to paint on some Mod Podge, and then I am going to douse this with glitter. Now, I would actually recommend using spray adhesive. That's what I used a few years ago to make all my gingerbread DIYs. I just did not have any, but the Dollar Tree does sell some, but I just went around this entire candle, and then I even filled in the holes where the ribbon was peeking through, and it really did help fill in those gaps. Now, in hindsight, I should have actually done a row at the bottom going all the way around, and then kind of offset the next row. So if you're going to attempt this craft, that's what I would do, and then just work your way up. That's what I should have done. But I still think that they turned out really fun, and I used every peppermint I had. So there is a gap in the back of the second one, but that's okay because I'll just point it towards the back. So after I did the one candle, I went ahead and did the second, and I loved the little touch this added. I do think that it made it more festive and fun, and like I said, it helped fill in the gaps. But again, if this is not your thing, then you can skip it, no big deal. But look how pretty these came out. I cannot wait to display them on my coffee bar. Now this third DIY is in my top 2 favorite DIYs. So I have this little rolling pin sign that I actually got from Dollar General, and as you can see, I was showing you that one of my ends actually broke off. No worries, we are going to fix that. But for now, I'm going to take the hanger off of it that included staples, and I'm going to peel off the sticker. Now, because there was some glue residue still left on my sign, I'm just going to sand it down, and I'm also going to sand over the holes where the staples were. Next, I'm going to give this entire thing one good coat of Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And I'm sorry, I do everything except for the handles. Next, I'm going to take my red paint and I'm going to paint over the red, but look at this, all of it came out. This paint is so old, and when I squeeze it, it just all came flowing out. So try not to do that. Now, if you have chalk paint, you probably could get away with just one coat, maybe 2, but I had to do several because all I had was acrylic. So if you look at the handle at the top, the one that's broken, you can see that there's kind of like a wood effect there, and I really loved that. So I decided I'm actually going to cut off the other handle so I can use the front of it because, again, we painted the back, so this is facing the wrong way. So while I was at it, I did go ahead and clean up the edges. Now, of course, I should have done this before I painted, but I didn't think about, cutting the handle off. So I am just going to try to make it as flat and smooth as I can so when I glue the handles back on, they lay flush. Now, I tried to cut as close as I could. I did not get it perfect, which means they did not lay flush, but again, I'm going to cover that, so no worries there. All right, now after I got those cut off, it's time to hot glue them on. So I did put a generous amount of hot glue. It kind of worked, but I'm going to show you how I added even more support to this. And I did end up flipping the rolling pin over because I wanted it to be flush to the front of the sign, if that makes sense. So I glued it so they were towards the front. I hope that makes sense. Next, I took one of these mini popsicle sticks, I broke it in half, and now I'm just going to hot glue it so that the handle and the back of the sign are connected, and this gave it a lot more support. So I'm really happy I did that because I could tell that it was much, much stronger. So as you can see, there is a little gap there because of the hot glue, but again, we're going to cover that. So then I added this cute decal that says North Pole Bakery, and in my kitchen I do a gingerbread theme, so I thought I would make a cute gingerbread theme rolling pin. So to of course go along with that, I'm going to add some icing by using some puffy paint. I went all the way around the red part of my rolling pin, and I kind of did some drip marks at the top and kind of made it a little wiggly and kind of layered it thick on the corners. Now I'm going to go in with this super cute gingerbread man that I actually got from Hobby Lobby, but remember, all of their Christmas stuff is 50% off, so it really was very inexpensive. So I went ahead and cut the hanger off, and I peeled that candy cane off, and then I am just using my little knife. I stuck it in there because now I'm going to get out the little metal hanger because we're not going to need it. Now we're going to perform some surgery. Unfortunately, we had to cut the arms off of our little gingerbread man, so I went as close to like his body as possible. Now, that first one was easy to do with scissors, but this was a weird angle here, so I ended up using my really sharp little knife to get this arm off. Now, they were easy to cut off no matter what method you use, the scissors or the knife, but it was just the angle that was throwing me off. So I do go in and cut off the feet too. I was going to do something there, but I didn't end up using them, but you can cut them off or not. It's totally up to you. This I cannot speak today. This DIY will work with the feet on too. All right, so now I did peel off the little bow, and I am going to go in and peel off all of his clothes and the buttons because I did try hot gluing this on, but realized it popped up too much. So I actually needed just the body of my gingerbread man. Next, I'm going to put some hot glue on his body, and then I am going to put the rolling pin right on his like belly part right there, so the head is in the middle. Now, I did off camera move the head up a little bit, but so you can do that too. But then I'm going to take the little hands and I'm going to hot glue them to the front of the sign to make it look like he's peeking over. Only problem is that the one hand kind of laid over my letters. So all I did, simple, easy fix, was peeled up my letters. Then I positioned the hand, and then I put my letters back on. And I wanted to mention too, if you don't have a Cricut, you can just use regular stickers for this. Hobby Lobby has a variety of different fonts and styles of stickers, and Dollar Tree has a good variety too. So just because you don't have a Cricut doesn't mean you can't make these DIYs. So I'm just going to place all of my letters back on of pole. And then once I decide where I want my little hands, I'm going to glue them down. Look how cute this is looking already. Isn't that adorable? I love that. Now, shockingly, I have a bunch of gingerbread decor, but not a rolling pin, so this is perfect. All right, then I'm going to take that bow that I actually took off of, it was a bow tie, and now it's a girl gingerbread, man, woman. Then I'm going to take this little set from Hobby Lobby, and it had like these gingerbread cookies, and I'm just going to hot glue one on either side. Now you could stop there, or I went that extra step and I'm painting on some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to douse this with some glitter. I just feel like Christmas time, especially gingerbread, it just, I don't know, it just makes it more fun and festive, and I just think it's so cute. But you absolutely do not have to do the glitter. I know that a lot of people really don't love the glitter, so you can absolutely skip it. Now, I did want to Mod Podge over these letters, especially because I pulled the pole word off. So I just decided to Mod Podge over the entire middle part and then just sprinkle some glitter over that as well. Now, I did get a little too glittery over the words, so I just went ahead and brushed some of that off until I got it to look how I liked. But look how cute this is so far. Oh my gosh, as I was making this, I was out loud saying, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, now to cover those gaps, I'm actually going to take some of this red and white twine, and I'm just going to just wrap it around several times over at the handle, and then I'm going to create a small little bow and just hot glue that down. And I'm going to do this on both sides. So this is so cute how it is, but we do have to make a stand for it. So I have these like little blocks, and you can use tumbling tower blocks. I just couldn't find mine at this moment. So I just went ahead and glued a bunch of blocks together, and then I'm just going to glue it to the back of my rolling pin, and that's it. Now, I am gluing it to like his little legs here, but when I actually take him off in a minute, or her off in a minute, and move her up, then I was able to glue directly on the rolling pin itself. Now, I don't think I do that on camera, but that is what I did, and look how stinking cute. I cannot wait to put that in my kitchen. For the fourth DIY, this is another one of my top 2 favorites. So I'm going to take this sign that I got from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to make a stand. Now, if you already have wooden blocks, maybe in your scrap wood, if you have wood from the Dollar Tree, that's fine. We just need to make 2 stands because I am going to make some stocking holders for my bedroom. So I just went ahead and put my little red truck on the block just to measure it, and then I cut both pieces down with my miter box and saw. Now I'm going to peel off the paper. Now, not all of it came off, but that's okay because that's going to be laying flat anyways. You're never going to see it, so I really did not worry about it. Then I'm going to sand down the edges and just make it all clean and ready to paint. And all I did was painted both of my blocks in black acrylic paint. Next, I'm going to take these command hooks, and I am just simply going to hot glue the command hook in the middle of the front of one of my blocks, and then I'm going to paint that black as well because I wanted it to blend in. And I did this for both blocks. Next, this is what I'm going to be using, but I did want to make it look a little bit more rustic. So I just took a sponge and dipped it in some antique wax and just dry brushed right over these. If you don't like that look, again, just skip it. I just like the rustic look. Now, I'm doing Little Red Truck because for Christmas, my bedroom is Little Red Truck themed. I love it, and I made my little DIY mantle, so I thought this would be perfect to hang our stockings off of in our room. So now I'm just going to use some hot glue and hot glue one of my trees, or little red truck, sorry, in the middle of my little stand. Now you don't want to peel off that sticker because that's what's going to help it adhere, because if it were just the metal, it would not stick to the wood because hot glue and metal do not get along. Now, I kept our original stockings from when we were first married, and I thought that these would be perfect to display in our master bedroom for Christmas, which is little red truck theme. How awesome are those? All right, for this last DIY, this one is really fun. Okay, so I took this frame that I got from the Dollar Tree, and of course I took off the plastic, and then I'm going to remove the back and the glass, and I'm going to take it all apart. Next, I'm going to take this paint called Scallion, and this is from Waverly, and I'm going to paint my frame, and I am going to do the sides as well. Now, I really wanted to cover up that black, so I did end up having to give it like 4 or 5 coats. I know that sounds like a lot. What I maybe should have done was paint it all in white chalk paint first, and then do the Scallion, but you live and you learn. Now, I thought that this would be so cute to put a picture of my little girls, because we celebrate Grinchmas every year, and so every year, of course, I have a picture of them in some Grinch clothes or Grinch attire, so I thought this would be so perfect to display in the bathroom. All right, next, I'm going to take this tag, and I saw this hack from another YouTuber, and I apologize, I cannot remember who it was. But if you want to fill a hole easily without using like spackle or caulk or anything, you just put whatever piece you want on a metal piece and then just fill it with hot glue and then push it down so that way it all dries flat and flush to the bottom of your hole. And it worked out perfectly. I'm for sure using that hack from now on. After my hole was filled, I'm just going to give this one good coat of Waverly chalk paint in white. And then I'm going to put this cute little decal on that says Grinch Mode. Now, I did buy the font, the Grinch font, from Etsy. I can put the link in the description box below. It was only 99 cents. And gosh, I could use it for so many DIYs. My guest bathroom is Grinch themed, so I thought this would be perfect for in there. Now, to add some detail to my little tag, I just took a black permanent marker and I'm going to make the little stitching marks all around the perimeter of my tag. So then I had these little heart gems that I thought I would add to kind of resemble like the heart grew 3 sizes, his heart, you know. And then I hot glued the tag to the side of my frame, and then I just added 3 more hearts up top, and that's it. And it was so easy. All right, well, that completes all 5 of my DIYs. So here's the final reveal. I I absolutely love how all of these DIYs came out. I think they're so fun, so festive, and like I said earlier, there's something for everyone. I want to thank you so much for joining me. You're going to have to let me know down in the comments which one of these DIYs was your absolute favorite. Have you started crafting for Christmas yet? It'll be here before you know it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And also click your notifications. That way you're notified when I upload even more Christmas crafting content. Say that 10 times fast. Well, until I see you again, I'll craft with you soon. Bye.